Hello, this is Olga Jevtich. I am a Miss Virginia Senior America 2003, and this is Fashion Notes. How do you like my hat? Do you see these beads going around? They are so much fun. And this hat is a vintage, and my guest, which I'm going to introduce in a couple minutes, she confirmed this is from the 40s. But anyway, I bought it in one of antique stores, and it was kind of smooshed all, but you know, I recognized maybe I should wear it. So the first thing what I did, I tried on, because they used to have a small hats. I don't know if they had a small hats, or the fashion was like that they have a small hats and they secure them with some kind of pins. They had a fancy, very fancy pins at that time anyway. So I tried it on, and it fit, and then I was so excited. So I got it home, and I looked what I'm going to do with it, because it wasn't really in the good shape. So what I did, I used the fabric stiffener and also the starch, and sprayed it on and shaped it. And I put also on the stand and let it dry, and it, you know, got the shape. But most of what I did like about this hat was that it was a double edge all around, and inside there were beads. So when you turn your head, these beads just travel around. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I thought this is something very, very interesting. Never had anything like that before. And then I found, so I, you know, gave you all my secrets how I do it, but it's okay. You just, if you see something like that in an antique store, you can do it yourself, you know, give them a new life, which I did. And also, I found this lady, my guest. Her name is Jenny Bersentes, and she makes hats from, you know, copies of the hats that were made like from 1800 to about these days. Welcome, Jenny, to the show. I'm glad you came, and she's going to tell us how she started the business. She had some friend in college that influenced, I think, her making hats, and she's going to tell us all about. First of all, her hats are one of a kind, and if you have one of her hats, nobody else in the world will have it. So, Ginny, tell us, first of all, how did you always wear the hats yourself, and then decide, well, since I'm so good making hats, I better, you know, try to other people to enjoy?
It was something like that. 20 years ago, my best friend was a designer, and I was a photography student, and he specialized in reproductions, full costume reproductions from the 18th century, 19th century. So in between photo fashion shoots that we would do together almost daily, he would reproduce costumes and sell them to vintage collectors or to costume shops. And he taught me how to do some of the hats, mostly because we would be in a big rush and have to get them done right away. So he would show me how to put them together, and I would help him just as he would help me on my photography assignments. And as the years have passed, I went with more production, and he stayed in fashion. Last year, I lost him to cancer, and I wanted to do something that would bring me back to those times that we spent together. And something creative, because I've always been a creative kind of person. So I started making the hats just to kind of help me get through the sadness of losing him. And before I knew it, my house was filled with hats.
So how do you do it?
I had to do something about it because I didn't want to stop making them. I really enjoyed making them. So I've been approaching some antique malls and some consignment shops, and especially the ones that specialize in antiques are very interested, because I do specialize in the areas, or in the years between 1895 to 1930. That's primarily because everything I use is recycled materials. I get all my hats from yard sales, thrift stores, and all of the fabrics are from prom dresses, robes. It's hard to come across the vintage fabrics as much as
Yes, of course, and it's good to recycle anyway. So, and also everything is one of a kind. So if you
Everything.
are wearing one of her hats, nobody else in the world is going to have. And they're all interesting. For example, I have to say, and also you're going to see some slides of her show later on. But anyway, this hat was just an ordinary sun hat
Straw.
made from straw. So she created something that you would not even recognize, you know, that was just an ordinary straw hat, that she put the felt around it and also some satin. And also the trim is, she said, from Germany, from the
1930s
1930s.
cut velvet.
So she incorporated with all the feathers and pins, and she absolutely created a most beautiful product. And also in the same time, she recycled old, you know, fabric and, you know, and made some piece of art, as you can say. And tell us, you know, this one. This one is also just a straw hat that she covered with a tulle and different fabric, and also you can see some feathers in different colors, and the color combination is unbelievable. So you really have to be very artistic to put together the fabric and the feathers, and also in different colors, so that work together. And also some old rhinestone probably that you find at the flea markets,
Sure.
you know.
Brooches,
Brooches,
broken earrings.
yes, yeah, and she can, you know, incorporate it in her work, and also recycle something that was broken and forgotten and put new life in the new garment. And they're all, as I said, different. For example, this one is very classic straw hat, but it's not classic anymore with what she did, you know, to put all these velvet and satin and pin, and of course feathers, you know, feather. So you get extraordinary hat instead of just ordinary straw hat, and as you can see all around us, if camera can pinpoint, they are all different and they are for different occasion. What is your client? You know, the people are like a middle age or younger people, or the younger people now start appreciating and think things, you know, too.
I think that my clients, either they were hat collectors before they found me, and I have something that their collection does not have, or some people like to recreate the period, maybe a flapper party or a tea party. Being so close to the horse racing community, of course, all the ladies have to have a different hat for every race. And I am open to a theater, if there's any kind of theater that's
I see,
interested
you know, they need a period hats.
Yes,
You
that's
cannot find it, you know, the old one anymore. If you do, they are, you know,
They fall apart.
Fall
Too,
apart,
they fall
absolutely. They're made of silk, and the silk doesn't hold too long, you know, it just disintegrates. So I'm sure, you know, they appreciate what you do. And what colors do you use, or just anything that your hands can come, you know, on, that you just incorporate?
Well, sometimes the fabrics actually kind of tell me what kind of hat they want to be. I usually stick to solids because in the older days there was not a lot of prints, and if there were, they're not easy to come across. And when you do come across them, they fall apart in your hand because they're silk and they're 100 years old. So I try to stick to solids because it's a little bit more believable as opposed to more modern fabrics. Also just satins, velvets, and taffetas. And then, of course, a little tulle, a little netting, a little feather, a little jewelry.
Do you sometimes put together something and they said, oh, I don't think so, I think I should redo it? Does it happen? Every day?
Every
really?
day. Yes, I have a little relationship with each hat. Now, some days I'll like it, and the next day I'll say, you know, I don't know what I was
don't like
thinking.
you anymore. You have to look different.
And the same with hats that do not sell. When they come back to me after months of not selling, then it's time to rethink the hat and perhaps give it another chance with a different period or a different color scheme. So, but everything, like I said, is recycled, and all of the feathers, most of them are vintage, because I do buy vintage feathers specifically for the hats.
But this is very hard to find, you know, old feathers, you know. I'm sure it's difficult to find it.
You'd be surprised what you find in little tiny hole-in-the-wall Goodwill or thrift stores.
Oh, really?
Sure. If you know what you're looking for and you come across it.
Good for you, because I thought, you know, they're not existing anymore, but, you know, they are making reproduction, but they don't.
And like I said, sometimes I'll buy an old velour bathrobe from the 70s, but it'll be a great color plum that I can't find in new fabric or in satins, and I happen to have a feather that matches that plum. So, you know, I don't have to look very hard to find.
So all you hats are your favorites, but they depend on the, you know, your mood. You know, sometimes you have one favorite and then it's, oh no, I think something else will be better suiting my moods. Is that
true,
right?
yeah,
She told me she cut this hat that she's wearing. It was they had a big brim that she cut it and redesigned it and got a new look.
The cloches are very popular. This would be a cloche from the 1920s that comes low and close to the face. And the reason cloches became so popular during that time is because women were just starting to ride in cars. So the bigger, larger, fancier feather-filled hats didn't make much sense anymore. They were always flying off when everybody rode in their automobile. So the cloches...
Instead of coaches.
Before. Coaches, right? And the cloches became popular during that time because they could hold on to the head. And also women were becoming more independent. They were voting. They were getting jobs. Skirt lengths were coming up instead of going down. The hair was becoming much more simple, short, little bob cuts. And the cloches worked well with all of that. And right now, women really like cloches. And I think it's the same sort of functionality. They don't have to worry about it blowing off their head as soon as they walk out the door. They can drive a car in it.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
They don't need a chauffeur, you know, to carry them. I think what we have is also the slides that she brought, so you can see variety of hats that she is making. And she said that her hats are, you know, very many people go when they go to the horse races, to polo, to, you know, special occasion weddings, probably.
Weddings,
they are,
tea parties are coming back.
Oh, tea parties and also garden party. People love to have a, you know, hat in the garden party. I love to have some fancy hat, you know, for the garden party. So any of the hats, you know, will be appropriate for just about any occasion, isn't it?
I believe so.
Well, anyway, she is so talented. And I don't know, you know, she said anything, she did not work in fashion, but she had a friend who influenced her, actually. That's what she did. She started doing it, you know, because that friend was a fashion designer, and he was influenced her to do the hats, and she continued to do so in his memory, because he's not with us anymore, which has another meaning too, which is really very, very nice.
I think he would be very proud of me.
Oh, absolutely. On the slides, I think, coming up, as you can see, you can explain some of the things that we are showing. This is the blue one with lots of feathers. This is actually in front of us too. So you can see in two places this beautiful blue with the black feathers and nice ornament. And underneath I see something, you know, like for fluffer dresses, one black with a pink rose. This is next to our table where we are sitting. I think it's a fabulous hat. And look at the green one. And this is her little, you know, young daughter that she's wearing hats. Can you imagine what she's going to be wearing when she grows up? She was a good model.
My daughter Sophia is my signature model.
Yes, I can see. How old is she?
She's 10 and a half.
Oh, wow. She started early to, you know, to be a hat model, as you can see. She's wearing something black and white with the shirt, which is
kind of a 20s.
20s
style hat.
20. I see. And now you know, but it's interesting. You see, this is another hat that she is modeling. She's really doing a wonderful job. So didn't have to hire the professional model that she can do beautifully.
She's not free. I did have to pay her.
See, and so they are in different on different side of the head, so you can see beautifully.
That's very 20s.
This is like a 20s.
That's
And what about this one?
turn of the century.
Turn of the century.
1900.
Wow, this is so mysterious. The woman looks so mysterious with all these veils and the lace around her head. Look at this one, 20s too,
20s, yeah.
red and black with the feathers. Oh wow, that looks amazing, and that will look good, you know, for just about anybody. It's a very interesting hat.
It's a party hat.
Party hat,
It's a
yes.
party hat.
And look at this one.
That's again turn of the century.
Turn of the century,
More
she said.
Gibson girl with a little bit of a feather.
Yeah, with the dresses that have a how do they call it, ruffles and oh yeah. And this one is what?
Also turn of the century. It's just spring colors.
Spring colors, you know.
Brighter of a pink. Again with the dramatic lace.
Yeah,
There's
they're all dramatic. You know, this one has lots of flowers on. I can see beautiful
spring.
flowers. Do you use also authentic, if you can find, or you know
They're
what?
very difficult to find.
The flowers
So,
are difficult to find.
So when I do buy the new fabric flowers, I try to go with colors that are more pastel or more older looking, not as bold.
Yeah.
So.
Do you make flowers, or you can, can you reproduce some of the flowers or not?
No, I don't reproduce any of the flowers.
You have just to look for it, you know, because some people can, make flowers from they're not going to look probably so authentic, but still, you can add color, to, your hats. They're absolutely fabulous. I like this one. I think this is such an interesting combination of high and low. I mean, a low I consider like a straw hat, and then with all the trimming, it's a high fashion. This could be really be worn to just about anywhere.
Yeah, every straw I've made, if I put a black ribbon on it, it sells right away. It's really a mystery to me. What's so popular about maybe like you said, because it's nice and simple
definitely.
and basic.
Yeah, basic, but it has some touch of glamour
Sure.
in it. This is not some ordinary hat that you buy from the store. You transform in something extremely special. What is your favorite?
Again, that changes, like I said. The one that I'm wearing now, I actually made the day of the royal wedding. So this one's going to stay with me.
So what do you think about the hats that they're showing for the royal wedding? Did you like it? Or, I was expecting more, to tell you the truth.
I think they were all very bold. I would have liked to seen a little bit
more substantial
colors. I mean, they pretty much matched their outfit, and that's as far as it went. But it was a very conservative event too.
I think so. But I was
fun you could
expecting,
get.
except they had a couple one. They were a little strange, but mostly they were just a conservative, not out of the ordinary.
Yes, but I remember I've also been best friends with a designer who could talk me into the strangest hats too. So I kind of understand where those ladies were probably coming from.
Yeah.
And it's still fun.
Do you think that people are now wearing more hats than before?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think this will, this wedding will influence, more women to wear it?
I think not
or
only...
they're coming, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Not only the wedding, but also women trying to regain that femininity that we've lost trying to be CEOs and trying to be the main income. And so women, I think, are interested in uniqueness and femininity and expressing themselves. And I think hats can do all of that.
It's actually, to finish your outfit, if you have like a good shoes, I think, a good hat, and the dress doesn't have to be too extraordinary, and it will look, spectacular, I think.
Well, not to mention if it happens to be raining outside and it's just not a good day for hair, what better way?
Absolutely. This is actually how I started, When I started this show, I said to my daughter, I said, well, my hair really is a mess. She said, wear a hat. And she was absolutely right. So I said, well, great idea. I don't have to worry about my hair. So every time I have a show, not just for the show, I wear the hats all the time. But that was a wonderful idea that she gave me. I thought, I shouldn't wear it. I said, well, why not? Why be different and show also the hair, the hat fashion at the same time? And, I'm so happy I did it. So now, whenever I have a show, I wear a different hat, and that she influenced me, actually. I probably wouldn't think I should do it. But anyway, I do, and I'm very happy that I do. But anyway, tell us more about the hats,
Well, I sell them between $35 and $100 based on the expense of the feathers and the materials that I use. I'm selling out of a boutique in Middleburg right now named the White Elephant.
White Elephant. This is in somewhere in the downtown Middleburg?
It is. It's right in
I
the heart of
have to check it
downtown.
out next time when I go there.
Yes, yeah, you should. I'm also going to be selling at a hair salon gallery that's opening up in Broadlands in the next couple of months.
Where is that?
Broadlands. It's Lansdowne.
Oh, in
that area?
Virginia.
Yes, in Virginia.
Oh, I see. Is it kind of shopping center that's open?
It's actually going to be a hair salon, but she's going to have a gallery part to the salon. So it's one good thing about a good haircut is the good hat to go with it.
Oh,
So
yes.
she's
Excellent.
very open to the idea. Her name is Michael Helene Studio Gallery is what it'll be called. And there's also a consignment shop opening in Manassas named the Consignment Carousel. And she approached me for the red hats. So you see
there are
some of these
also,
are the
Red Hat
hats.
Society ladies,
That's
they are
what it's
wearing
for.
hat. And this is, I think, they are wearing, I understand, the one they are underage, I don't know what's the age that
50.
you start wearing red hat, and one they are under whatever age is, they wear pink hats.
It's 50 is the age.
And they also said if you wear purple with that, that also means something. What does it mean? I don't know, but it means something, because if you have purple on your head, it means something else. I don't know what.
Right, it's the red and purple is 50 and up, and pink and red is below 50. So you can't change until you hit 50, and that's when you get the purple.
Well, can you lie? You can wear pink, and everybody think then you're underage.
Yeah, they are. I would think so. I would do that. But I know they're having a large convention this September in New Orleans, and so I know that the ladies that do take part in that are always looking.
And also they have also purple dress or red dress. Also that has a meaning, some kind of meaning, is it?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I don't know. That's also, is connected with the age. But anyway, I don't know. We can lie sometimes.
Probably
it's
that
okay.
50,
It's a white lie anyway. It's not,
Or a red one.
it's not serious. It's not very serious. But, the purple and red, it's very striking color combination, And then you immediately, like, for example, you have one right here. I don't know if camera can see it. Red and purple with the purple ribbon there. And you have some beautiful pin there.
Yeah.
With it looks like a
Just
letter.
a vintage pen. Sure.
Vintage pen. And that will be like a perfect hat for a Red Hat Society, isn't it? Well, anyway, you have not just for Red Hat Society, you have hats for just about any occasion. Especially she specializes in period, so, if you would like the period from, there are books about it. I know I have some that you can, copy from 1800 and, that goes with the costume, like for a costume party. Or, you can wear contemporary dress with, vintage kind of hat, but it's brand new. It's not breakable like, the old one if you would find in an antique store. But, it depends what it is. But mine is like a 40. As you can see, my beads can go around. This is I discovered when I got home and start, working on it. That these beads just go around, and I thought that was really something I never seen before.
Some people use them as just decoration. You
Oh, of course.
hang them on the wall, or
I have them on my bed, on my bed, couple of them, and then I change, I change for the season, to be, different one. Well, this is really something that is absolutely fascinating. That she has a sort of craftsmanship of these hats, as that you can see. As I said before, they're one of a kind. And they come in any color you desire. If, for example, somebody would like this hat, but would like to have, let's say, in green color, can you do it like that?
Sure.
If you like this model, so it is
On my
very
website.
versatile, and you can choose from different style and colors and fabric. And she can combine and make something that you really like for that absolutely special occasion. And I'm so happy that Jenny came today. And I'm telling you, we have so many talented people in Washington that I'm so happy to show you, so you can believe me that you don't have to go anywhere. They're right here in our backyard. You have to look for them. And they're right here and doing wonderful things. And I hope you turn on next time for another exciting designer from our area. And thank you very much for watching. Olga Jevtich reporting for Fashion Notes. Thank you so much for being with us today. Don't forget to tune in next time for, as I said, different interesting guests that we always have interesting guests. Thank you.
If anybody looks on my website.